Hi there! You're invited to listen to an exclusive excerpt from the next episode that I'll be publishing on Sunday. My next guest is absolutely fascinating, and this is just a teaser of what you can expect from our discussion. Enjoy listening, and I'll see you on Sunday for the full episode.
Welcome to FinScale, a podcast created by Solène Niederkorn, shedding light on innovation in finance, banking, and insurance.
Transforming payments by betting on stablecoins. Sinclair Toffa, CEO and founder of Mural Pay.
We're already seeing this happen, where JP Morgan, for instance, has been internally testing, various blockchain-based transactions. I think at the moment they're doing upwards of, I forget the specific amount, but they're doing a lot of transactions every single day. I know, for instance, Santander has experimented with a couple of different, blockchain transactions. I think one of the trends we are noticing, though, is that banks are shutting down a lot of consumer use cases because there's just a lot of fraud and a lot of speculation. But then internally, they're testing out a lot of enterprise business use cases.
I realized that not everyone knows what stablecoins are and how they differ from each other and from CBDCs. I covered this topic some time ago on my French channel with entrepreneur Pablo Veyrat, the founder of Engo. In this episode, we discuss it in more detail with my guest, Sinclair. This founder, who spent some time at Palantir, talks about the Mural Pay venture he created in the US to rationalize instant global payments and invoicing. Mural eliminates delays and fees, allowing vendors and contractors to be paid in stablecoin-based payments. Various use cases are examined more closely to understand the startup strategy and how it evangelizes its market, along with how the team developed their solution, integrations, and features. Enjoy the show! Hello, everyone. Hi, Sinclair.
Hi, Solène. Pleasure to be with you here.
Yeah, very happy to have you on the podcast, and glad to dive again into the stablecoin and crypto area to talk about what you've built with Mural Pay. But first and foremost, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners?
I'm happy to. Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm Sinclair, founder and CEO of Mural, originally from France, Togo in the US. And my background is in software engineering. I was previously at Palantir as a technical lead there and started Mural around 2.5 years ago. And it's been an absolute dream so far.
So how did you move from Palantir to entrepreneurship?
Great question. So I was at Palantir. I was based between London and Germany. And I was doing a lot of work with various Fortune 100 companies, so a lot of auto manufacturing companies, telecoms, and I had the opportunity to build a lot of great software with very strong industry leaders, and I love data. So I love data, I love software, and I love creating things that connect people together. And to be very honest with you, one day I had kind of an existential crisis where I realized I want to create something that's really aligned with my mission, purpose, my personal purpose, and so that kind of set me on the quest to start something. And I spent some time really in 2021 when I left Palantir to think, what is aligned with my professional path and what is aligned on my personal path.
Interesting. Then you launched your company.
And then I went into it. I mean, it was it was 8 months of trying out a ton of different things with passionate people. At one point, I was even working on a kind of a social mindfulness platform. And then I spent a lot of time in a lot of kind of digitally native communities. And so it was a lot of just experimentation, trying different things and just learning, the different problems that people are facing out there.
Okay. So during this, when I started my podcast, I told myself it's important that every episode I learn something new and then the listeners learn also something new. I've already dived into stablecoin once with Pablo Veyrat, you certainly know, to talk about Engo and what they're building. They're building algorithmic stablecoin in Europe. But I think that I've not covered specifically on the English channel the stablecoin. So I would like you to remind us what exactly is a stablecoin and how does it function compared to other cryptocurrencies that everyone knows like Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Great question. Well, I'm honored that we can get to cover this in the English version. So a stablecoin, just to really simplify it, it's basically a digital version of a dollar, for instance, that is sitting in a bank, or a euro that's sitting in a bank. And this digital version just makes it easier to move it around the world. And it's very similar to a lot of what we've seen in the past, but it's just quicker to move around. And I would say it's also more programmatic. So you can write specific code that makes it really easy to move it from one account to another. And so you have different types of stablecoins. As you mentioned, there's fiat collateralized stablecoins. So this is where an institution will basically hold dollars in a bank and then will create digital dollars via a smart contract on some sort of blockchain. And so it's basically a very easy way of creating these digital dollars or these digital euros. And you also have commodity collateralized stablecoins. So this could be backed by gold, for instance, or by silver, other commodities. You have crypto collateralized stablecoins, which can be backed by other kind of cryptocurrencies. And that, there's kind of pros and cons to each ones. And then you also have algorithmic stablecoins, right, which is, seemingly what Angle is trying to do. And once again, to make it really simple, it's just, $1 in a bank account.
Now that you've heard an excerpt from the upcoming episode on Sunday, make sure you stay tuned and connected so you don't miss a beat.